Well, I managed to make Lavalord even more OP, and I didn't think that was possible. But basically what I did was I bought myself a 4th skill page, and I had to go through a bunch of nightmares to do that. I had to play bingo against my will. And I also did one really controversial change, but I think it's for the best. But let's just go through the standard cycle here. So stance in the Warhorn. We got that. Got to equip drums. So we got the drums and bagpipes added, because they're extra buffs we could do. And since these are special instruments, they cast and cool down extra fast, so it's not like we lose that much time. We also have Enduring Guard and Defensive Formation at level 1, just cause, you know, free buffs, good stuff. But since these cast and cool down extra fast, I had to go to a less laggy page. I mean, if I go to weapons, it lags there, but if you see if I go to tokens, it barely does anything. So let's do that buff. Go to bagpipes now. And you see how Enduring Guard takes a long time to cool down? And the bagpipes will be done by then? Well, Defensive Formation casts really fast, so we can't use that, because the skill will just cast beforehand and we lose it. So what I have to do is go to Stance and then do it. But it's very tricky to get the timing down right, and I already used all my slots here. So let's give it a shot. Alright, I barely got it. So there we go, bear, axe, shield, that standard setup. We also got a quartz sword here for autoing when we're out of obsidian skills, and mythic nightwing for when people run. But the controversial change, I maxed shield wall to 35. That's 15 skill points. And I killed Rupture to do so. But Rupture having that at 29 only added like 600 direct damage and 200 damage per tick. And I know the damage per tick is good, but it just wasn't worth it. I mean, with Obsidian, every one of these skills hits hard because it carries over the auto damage. So I figured jumping my shield wall from 400 to 1600 was an insane boost, and that's like a little bit more than a third of my health when I'm fully buffed up. So I could take a lot more punishment and deal a lot more too. Because being alive longer and all uses a hell ton of energy, but I can handle at least a few times. For these here rings, we got a Shatter 4 and a Shield Wall 3. Ideally you want to swap the lowest tier rings possible so that if you mess up it won't be as bad. So we'll just buff up and show you the final stats. See how good we are. So axe, trident, spear. You see 45-25 health, 1000 damage, and 654 armor. Nice stuff. And we also can hit 3 buff lines. Crazy stuff. I mean, on a 60 warrior too. Normally it's a druid thing. But all in all, it's definitely a major improvement. Well, actually, let's put the trident on so we can explain this. So we got 4500 health, right? And with the shield on, keep in mind we use the Vit shield, so our skills are a little bit more effective. So 4500 plus 1600 is 6100, plus that 270, and you could basically add another 100 on there. We basically have 6500 health if we just use shield wall once. If we can get off twice in a duel, that's 8000 health roughly. This is just crazy OP, and it has more than double the effective health of a good PvP 60 warrior. And with these evasions, we have about 1,000 evade all, when 60s only have 600 melee combat to attack with. Basically, there's nothing anyone can do. They're just screwed. And the only thing I can do to make Lava any better is get protective stance and door and guard and defensive formation rings. And I plan on doing that, but I can't find the ones I need right now. Another major problem is you can only swap one ring. So if I wanted to be as effective as possible, I need to swap every ring. And that's just not really feasible. It would take way too much time. But I can at least do royals. Anyway, that's just a little look into what I'm doing. And I really don't think there's much more I can do for Lavalord. I'm surprised I got this far. But the reason I axed out Rupture wasn't just because of the damage, but Rupture casts a lot slower than all of the other skills. Especially Skewer and Double Attack. Those are just OP because they cast so fast and carry the damage for you. But let me know what you think, and if there's anything else you think I can do to the build to make it any better.